Sure, and yeah, look, I'm starting to feel a bit better, although I still get waves of nausea. So if this video suddenly stops, that's probably because I need to, go to the toilet. But yeah, look, to be honest though, I think uh, I don't know if there is really going to be a whole lot of analysis and talk about last night's All Blacks Australia game. Wellington, look, it was very convincing as you'd expect. Look, I know lots been talked about the hoodoo in Wellington. The fact is that the All Blacks hadn't won there in a number of years in Wellington. But yeah, look, there were not really any signs of that. Look, I know the Wallabies started out, with a bang, and I think that's good that they do start out with a bang. And look, Joe Schmidt, he knows the All Blacks and how to play in that environment. And yeah, no, it certainly made for a really, really good spectacle on the night. But yeah, look, apart from that, look, it was really a dominant, there was really only one team in it for, pretty much, I'd say 70 minutes of the game. Yeah, it is sort of one of those things you could just really watch, watch in your sleep, which I kind of did. I've had to watch the replays a bit just to get up to things. But yeah, look, it was comfortable in the end and a fitting way for the All Blacks to say farewell to, two legends of the game, TJ Patanara, certainly getting a standing ovation as he when he came off went off to the bench to his home Wellington crowd, and of course Sam Cane, who was presented with his hundreds, the iconic silver hundred cap, only the 13th All Black to do that. And I did see a note. Yeah, there was a bit of a little bit irrelevant, but interesting. This is one for you for the pub quizzes, but yeah, like this is the All Blacks are unbeaten every time. One of theirs, every time that there's a centurion amongst their team. So yeah, and it was a really nice moment. Look, Bowden Barrett presenting at the same camp. I think they've both certainly been in the All Blacks camp around the same time. So I think I think there's a reason there. So yeah. Very sweet moment for Sam Cane and his mom, dad, sisters, and his wife and young child. So, yeah, so congratulations to Sam. And I guess, yeah, look, it is a little bit of a segue to what I really wanted to talk about. I think a lot of New Zealand All Blacks fans and a lot of even overseas fans have really, questioned, if Sam, the true quality of Sam Cane. And, to the point, I think that's sort of become a little bit of a, easy, it's sort of something that people use to pick on Sam Cane when he's done something wrong. Of course, there was that Rugby World Cup, the red card in the Rugby World Cup final last year. Look, it was a red card, and by all counts, by the letter of the law, it was, and it is just one of those things. But I think the vitriol, the hate that he got after that, not just from All Blacks fans, but also, other aspects, calling him a thug and all that, and, he should never play rugby again. It was really sad and just really unfortunate, and certainly not what Sam Cane deserved. And Sam Cane's story is something I think that in years to come we will come to appreciate a bit more. Look, you've got I think, a couple of things to remember. Look, he's come from a Bay of Plenty, and look, I know Bay of Plenty, Tauranga, that area has certainly grown in population in the last 20 years or so, but it is still kind of, compared to your Auckland's, Christchurch, Wellington's, Hamilton's, Dunedin's, it's not a rugby centre. And so for Sam Cane to come up from Bay of Plenty and to not only just be, not just be an All Black, but a regular All Black, a Centurion All Black, and an All Blacks captain is truly, truly remarkable. And yeah, I think he has really, really, really worked hard to come, to get to where he is. And look, I guess the other thing, of course, when he made his debut, there was a certain Sir Richie McCaw. I don't know if he's a Sir or not, but he is a Sir in my book. And I think that's the other thing. I think it's a double-edged sword. You have probably the greatest All Black of all time, I think, in Richie McCaw, to learn from, to sit behind, and it kind of feels comfy, you're backing him up. yes, there is some pressure to match up, and there will always be comparisons. But if there was, who would you rather have as a teacher? Teach you the arts of being an open side flanker and going, all those things. So I think as I said, at the same time, of course, yes, he is always going to be compared. But look, to be honest, I think when he came on, the All Blacks didn't miss a beat. Whenever Sam Cane came on, someone argued that he might have picked up the pace when Richie was off, which was the rare times, of course, because Richie even with with his age and injuries, he's still pretty much he was always pretty much close to 80 minutes player. So Sam Cane, I think when Sam Cane came on, those rare occasions he did not embarrass himself, and I think in fact more than held up on his own, and that's why it was when Richie McCaw retired at the end of the after the 2015 Rugby World Cup final, there was no doubt that Sam Cane was always going to slot in, and for many years he was undoubtedly the number one. Look, I know there was Ardie Savia who was pushing really hard, and there were times it felt like Ardie Savia maybe should have been number 7. I think particularly when Ian Foster made Sam Cane his captain. Look, I know there's a bit of the cheese, there was a bit of cheese bias, some might say, the Mulus, that sort of thing. But look, ultimately, look, that is a call, and that he's made, and Sam Cane more than delivered and more than answered the critics. It was certainly a difficult time for the All Blacks. I think, and I guess it's a credit to the game of rugby that the competition has just, the competition has gotten better over time. You can no longer, the likes of Argentina, Ireland, and even South Africa afraid to come to New Zealand. They'll more than back themselves to get a result, a win over there. So I think I guess that maybe is a bit of an unfortunate timing, but I think even when even those defeats, I don't think you could say Sam Cane, was Sam, all players have their bad games, but I think Sam Cane rarely had a really bad game, and of course, I think you have to look back. In the period between, I think in the 2018-19, he had that serious neck injury, and it looked like he was never going to come back. Of course, he had concussions as well, and time off, and kind of felt with what he's achieved, he had a Rugby World Cup winners medal, and with Ardie Savia there, that Sam Cane really, that almost sounds like that Sam Cane really need to come back. But no, credit the mana to you got to give credit to the strength of character and mana of Sam Cane, that he wasn't done. He wanted to win another rugby. He wanted to win another Rugby World Cup, and he got 2 opportunities to do that. Didn't quite come off in the end, but I think in itself that is a victory for himself to come back and show that even with such a serious all these serious injuries that and to be able to captain the All Blacks, play at such a high level is truly a credit. And look, people make mistakes. I mean, look, and that's people always forget. Sai Khaleesi Sai easily could have had that red card, under a different interpretation in that Rugby World Cup final. But he is now, he's hailed as a hero, one of South Africa's best ever rugby players. So it is. I think it's fickle, and I think it's kind of sad. It's kind of an indictment on the instantaneous nature of social media, that particularly that getting a reaction is more is more likely to get a response. But I think and I think Sam Cane, wish you all the best, and I hope he's certainly earned that 100th cap in this time with his family, and I hope now that he steps back from rugby, he gets to spend more time certainly out with his motorbikes and the surf and his family. He's, as we all know, he loves his motorbikes, and he's out in Reglan, and he loves that life. So I really hope he can enjoy that life, and post rugby, and look, some stage look back on the amazing stuff that he's done as an All Black. So so look, certainly a fine way, that All Blacks winning at. While they might not have the Rugby Championship, and then I got to say congratulations to South Africa, congratulations to Argentina as well for pushing them all the way. I'm not actually got to check the table if this win means the All Blacks finish second, but in any case, so congratulations to South Africa, clearly the number 1 team in the world. I'm playing some really outstanding rugby, and away. Look, the All Blacks just everyone else has to catch up with the Springboks and what Rassi's achieved, because as I've seen, the All Blacks in the 2010s. We're sort of seeing glimpses of that with the Springboks team, just the depth, the intelligence, ingenuity in their play, and and of course their sheer competitiveness that they refuse to give an inch. So there you go. Wow, amazingly, I have not decided to throw out, but so that's it. Look, what are your thoughts on the All Blacks? I'll be doing more content about it's obviously a month before the All Blacks resume. They will of course play Japan in their first of 5 games overseas. So we'll be doing a bit of work before that. But what do you? Yeah, I guess how would you grade this Rugby Championship and what really needs to be done? I think we've kind of gone through it over and over again. I've talked about the issue with first 5s, maybe even 7s and all that. But yeah, look, what are your thoughts? And I guess any thoughts on this game in Wellington last night? And where does Sam Cane stand amongst the great All Blacks? If you like this video, if you feel like it, don't forget to subscribe.